Breaking now at 4, a small plane crashes into a field in San Pedro, and it's all caught on camera. The 2 people aboard now in critical condition. Good afternoon, I'm Amy Johnson. That single-engine plane went down just before 1 this afternoon. We're told the plane left the Torrance Airport just about 10 miles away from where it crashed. KCAL News reporter Joy Benedict is live at the scene with the latest for us. Joy.
Yeah, Amy, such a terrifying story, obviously, for the people on board the plane and also for people who saw this plane crash right here on a soccer field. We are live in San Pedro right now. This is the Field of Dreams soccer field. It's sort of up in a hill. You can see over there the fire department making its way to the wreckage. That's because we are told they are about to disconnect the battery as well as the transmitter. They have been unable to do that in these last few hours as they were waiting to get schematics of the airplane in case the possibility of a parachute or something deployed. But for those who saw this come down, it was quite a shocking sight.
The plane, oh my gosh, so low. Oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
You can really hear the fear in her voice as she caught that from her car nearby as that plane went down. This is a single-engine Sling 4 TSI airplane. The NTSB says there were 2 people on board, a flight instructor as well as a student, one male who was flying the plane and a female passenger. We're told both of them believed to be in their 30s at some point. Now, there was one man on this field when the plane went down, somebody who works for the Youth Soccer League out here who was working on one of the goals. He said he saw it out of the corner of his eye. He thought it was actually a toy plane until it got closer and then in fact crashed. He ran over to see if he could help. He said the woman appeared to be responsive and then other Good Samaritans showed up and they were able to get her out of the plane before the fire department arrived. The male who was in the pilot seat, he needed help to be extricated by the fire department, and both of them were taken to the hospital in critical condition.
From when I saw it, I thought possibly it could have landed on the belly, but it was a nose first kind of a crash. I was able to open up the door, see, make sure, assess the situation, make sure the female was okay. The male wasn't breathing at the time. I called 911. And he started breathing heavily, but he was breathing.
This was the ideal place that they could have landed.
Yeah, so it may have been an intentional decision based on the topography around.
Yes, because there's other large streets they could have landed on, and it looks like they chose this location for the safe landing area.
And that's what a lot of people are guessing, that based on everything that's around with, plants and then busy streets, that they chose or made that decision to go into this particular area. We don't know why yet. That is under investigation. It could have been an issue with the plane that they were aware of, or it could have just happened to be an accident that they landed on this field. That is part of this investigation. Now, I have been told, although 2 people were taken to the hospital in critical condition, the female has been stabilized. So that is certainly good news as we're waiting for an update on the pilot. As you can see, again, the fire department out there trying to do what they can to allow investigators to even get close to this plane, but both the FAA and the NTSB are in charge of this particular investigation, and hopefully we'll have more information for you coming up at 5 o'clock. I'll send it back to you, Amy.
All right, Joy, still a lot of questions. Thank you. Well, it's a deal. Hollywood riders will soon be able to